He thought I was just a naive girl he could control with cash. He didn't know I was the reason he left that restaurant in handcuffs. The notification lit up my phone screen at 8 a.m., bright and obnoxious against the gray morning light filtering through my bedroom curtains. I was still half asleep, groggy from a restless night of overthinking, but the chime of the Venmo app was unmistakable. It's usually a sound I associate with friends splitting pizza or paying me back for concert tickets. But this time it felt wrong. I picked up the phone, squinting at the screen, my thumb hovering over the unlock button. New request, $3.47 from Alex. I blinked. $3.47? I tapped the notification. The note attached to the request made my blood run cold. For your half of the appetizer and the prorated cost of the gas I used to drive to the restaurant. Also included, 50 cents for the tap water, ice cost. I sat up in bed, staring at the words until they blurred. Ice cost, prorated gas, Alex. The guy I went on a first date with last night. The guy who insisted, literally insisted, on paying the $40 bill at the burger joint. He had pulled out a crisp $50 bill from a leather wallet, waved away my credit card, and smiled that calm, controlled smile that I had mistaken for maturity. I prefer cash, he had said, smooth as silk. My banking apps are always getting flagged for fraud protection. It's a hassle. Cash is king, right? I had nodded, thinking he was just old-fashioned, responsible, safe. Now, looking at this request, he just seemed petty, cheap. Who charges a date for tap water? I felt a flash of irritation, a hot prickle on the back of my neck. I wanted to decline it. I wanted to text him and ask if he was joking. But then I looked at the amount again. $3. It was nothing. It was the price of a bad coffee. If I paid it, I could delete his number. I could wash my hands of the weirdness and move on. I hit pay, sent. I blocked his number immediately after. Or at least, I tried to. But before I could hit the button, a text came through. Alex, hey, sorry about that request. I know it looks weird. My finances are just complicated right now. Stressful week. I didn't mean to be petty. Can I make it up to you? Dinner next week? My treat. For real this time. I hesitated. The apology seemed genuine. And he was polite last night. Maybe he was just broke. Maybe he was struggling and too proud to admit it. I'm an idiot, I whispered to myself. I typed back. It's okay. We all have bad weeks. That was the mistake. That was the crack in the door he needed. We went out again the next Wednesday. He picked me up in a nondescript sedan that smelled like pine air freshener. He was charming. He asked about my job, my family, my dreams. He listened. He didn't check his phone once. When the bill came, he paid cash again. $200 this time. We went to a nice steakhouse. Hey, he said as we walked to the car, pulling a thick envelope out of his jacket pocket. I have a weird favor to ask. Remember how I said my apps are locked? Yeah, I need to send some money to a friend. For rent. He covered me last month, but I can't use my Zelle. Can I give you the cash, and you send it for me? He held out the envelope. It was open. Inside were 10 $20 bills. 200, he said. Count it. I looked at the cash. I looked at him. His eyes were wide, trusting. It's just rent. He shrugged. I'd do it myself, but the bank is investigating a breach on my account and they froze everything digital. It takes weeks to clear. It made sense. Banks are annoying. And he was handing me the cash first. There was no risk to me. If I sent the money and the cash was fake, I'd know instantly. But the bills looked real. They felt real. Sure, I said. What's the handle? He showed me a screenshot on his phone. Verify_rent_payment_22. I opened Venmo. I typed it in. I sent the $200. Thanks, Masha. He smiled, squeezing my shoulder. You're a lifesaver. Seriously, that was the beginning. Over the next 3 months, it became a ritual. We'd go out. He'd pay cash. Then he'd ask for a favor. My cousin needs cash for groceries. $150. My coworker bought tickets for us. $300. I owe my landlord for utilities. $400. Always cash in my hand first. Always a different Venmo or Cash App handle. Always a plausible, mundane reason. I never questioned it. Why would I? I wasn't losing money. I was just converting it. I was a human ATM, but one that didn't charge fees. I thought I was being a good girlfriend. I thought I was building trust. I didn't know I was building a prison. What I'm about to tell you changes everything. You might think this is just a story about a guy dodging taxes or maybe hiding money from an ex-wife. That's what I thought. But a door knock with a reality check wearing a badge and carrying a warrant. Because in the eyes of the law, I wasn't a girlfriend. I was an accomplice. By the time this interrogation ends, I'm going to realize that the safe guy who paid for my steak dinners wasn't protecting me from his problems. He was using me to hide them. For full story follow on screen instructions.